Hello and welcome to this video on grafting for bonsai. Grafting is a common occurrence with fruit trees, especially those grown on an industrial scale. Grafting with bonsai is a more rare but not unheard of phenomena. We previously described how you could use grafting to create a tanuki, which is otherwise known as a phoenix graft. This approach is very different to traditional grafting that you might see in an orchard or even in a garden-based tree that's been put onto basic rootstock. Here you see an unintended graft in a flowering cherry tree, the point where two different branches have been pushing against each other for weeks, months, or even years. That is where the two have joined and created a single branch. This process of naturally occurring grafts is just one way that this can happen. What we wish to describe for you in this video is the way you can graft junipers. Junipers are one of the best candidates for grafts. They have a strong success rate, are relatively easy to do, and produce good results. The junipers are also a good option as they can often have very rough and unpleasant foliage, where other species such as shimpaku will grow slowly and have softer, more pleasant foliage that you can transplant. There are several approaches to grafting junipers, and the one we'll describe in this video is thread grafting. Thread grafting is somewhat intimidating at first. It begins by finding a suitable branch in the growing season. This is something you let grow out so it is long and flexible like a sacrifice branch, and in fact the two can be used simultaneously. You can take the branch and find a drill bit of a similar size. You may need to select one that is just slightly larger if the branch has buds present that will be larger than the branch itself and get in the way of pushing it through. Drill all the way through where the trunk or branch needs the new growth. Make sure to cut as close to horizontal or straight as you can. You may also need to look at removing some of the extra buds. You then bend this new branch into position so it goes through the hole. Pack the top and bottom of this new branch with cutting paste. Let the tree stay untouched for the rest of the growing season and let it grow as long and as much as it can, like a sacrifice branch. Make sure you feed it with lots of fertilizer and nutrition to give it the maximum chance of growing successfully. Next year, or at the end of the growing season, check the graft and see if it has taken by checking the wound. If it has taken, you can cut off the branch from below the graft. If not, you'll need to wait longer, but you should not have high hopes as it is unlikely to take the longer you have to wait. This approach is useful for junipers in particular, but it applies to other species. Pines are a good candidate for both root and thread grafts. One trick is to tape the end of the branch you're trying to push through the hole. This will protect the buds from being torn and damaged. It also makes them tighter, which means you can work with a smaller hole to push it right through. Thank you for watching this video. If you have found it interesting or consider it useful, please like, share and subscribe. Please post any comments, questions or suggestions you might have below,